Imagine dropping a ghost in a world of propellers and machine guns, a fifth-generation stealth fighter jet suddenly in World War II. What happens? Would it rule the skies like a phantom? Or would the realities of 1940s war grind it to a halt? Let's break it down. Fifth Fifth-gen fighters aren't just planes, they're flying supercomputers, invisible hunters, and lightning-fast assassins. They don't just fight wars, they win them before the enemy even sees them coming. Stealth is the crown jewel, making the jet invisible to enemy radar, infrared, even the naked eye. The F-22 Raptor's radar signature? About the size of a bumblebee. World War II radars? They wouldn't even detect it until it's too late. Stealth means striking silently and vanishing like a shadow, an unbeatable advantage. Breaking the sound barrier without burning a ton of fuel? That's supercruise, something fourth-gen jets can't do. The F-22 can cruise at Mach 1.5 plus quietly, fast, and efficiently. In World War II, this means flying deep behind enemy lines before anyone knows it's there. World War II pilots juggled multiple instruments, scanning the skies with their eyes. Fifth-gen jets combine radar, infrared, satellites, electronic warfare data into a single god's eye view. The F-35 can track threats hidden behind terrain, total battlefield awareness. These jets are data hubs in the sky, connected with drones, ships, satellites. They share target data instantly. In World War II terms, it's like a plane that talks real-time across continents, coordinating attacks without firing a shot. Stealth and sensors don't mean it can't dance. With thrust vectoring engines and fly-by-wire controls, jets like the F-22 pull moves that defy physics, out-turning and out-climbing anything World War II had. No clunky external bombs or missiles that ruin stealth. Everything is hidden inside the jet. AM-120 AMRAAMs for long range, AGM-9X sidewinders for dogfights, DAMs for precision strikes. Strike unseen, vanish unseen. F-22 Raptor from the USA is the stealth and supercruise pioneer. The F-35 Lightning II, also from the USA, leads in elite sensor fusion. Russia's Su-57 Felon focuses on agility and partial stealth. China's Chengdu J-20 is built for long-range stealth interception. World War II air combat was raw, brutal, and up close. Pilots flew Spitfires, Mustangs, and Bf-109s, relying on speed, skill, and machine guns. Dogfights were deadly chess games at 300 miles per hour with no radar missiles, just guts and eyes. The Supermarine Spitfire was Britain's agile nightmare with 8 machine guns. The P-51 Mustang served as a long-range bomber escort with 6.50 cal guns. And the Messerschmitt Bf-109 was Germany's workhorse fighter, fast and deadly. Dogfighting meant managing energy, trading speed for altitude. Tighter turning radii helped trap enemies in their sights. Boom and zoom tactics favored speed, hitting fast and escaping. And deflection shooting meant firing ahead of moving targets. The skies of World War II were filled with ground-based radar to spot incoming raids, radio communication for coordination, and finger four formations for tactical flexibility. The jet age began with the Messerschmitt Me 262, the first operational jet fighter. It hit 540 miles per hour and had 4 30mm cannons, but it suffered from engine issues, vulnerability during takeoff, and a late war debut. The Gloster Meteor was Britain's reliable answer at 415 miles per hour, used mainly to intercept V-1 flying bombs. The Heinkel He-162 Salamander, or People's Jet, was lightweight, wooden, and dangerously unstable. The Arado AR-234 was the first jet bomber, clocking 461 miles per hour, used for reconnaissance and bombing. These jets weren't war changers, but they were the spark of a new era, pushing tactics, tech, and design into the jet age that defined Cold War aviation. Now, a performance comparison. Me 262's top speed? 540 miles per hour. F-22? 1,500 miles per hour, and it climbs 15x faster. The Me 262 was agile for its time, but the F-22 uses thrust vectoring and fly-by-wire to outturn anything from World War II. World War II aircraft were armed with machine guns and cannons. The F-22 brings radar-guided missiles, heat seekers, and even a stealth-integrated cannon. World War II pilots flew with analog instruments and limited radar. The F-22 has AESA radar tracking over 20 targets, IRST, sensor fusion, and encrypted data links. And of course, stealth radar-absorbent materials, internal weapon bays, angular surfaces. World War II radar wouldn't even know it was there. Would World War II aircraft stand a chance? No radar, no missiles, too slow to escape. Even swarms of fighters would be shredded from afar. The F-22 could erase entire squadrons without being touched. Comparing a 5th-gen fighter to World War II jets is like comparing a laser sword to a wooden club. The old jets were revolutionary, but the F-22 is a war machine born in a completely different era. It wouldn't just win, it would dominate unseen, unheard, untouchable. This gap shows how far air combat has come, and why future wars will be fought in silence and shadows long before bullets fly. Bringing a 5th-generation fighter jet, like the F-22 Raptor, into the 1940s might sound like a one-sided battle, and in the air, it would be. But war isn't fought in the sky alone. Behind every sortie lies a complex web of fuel, maintenance, and logistics, the true lifeline keeping these machines alive and battle-ready. So here's the real question. Could a 5th-gen jet actually operate in the logistical ecosystem of World War II? Or would it be grounded and helpless despite its unmatched superiority? Let's break it down. First, let's talk fuel. The F-22 Raptor requires JP-8 jet fuel, a high-grade kerosene-based aviation fuel used by today's military. Similar to Jet A-1, it's built for turbine engines with a low freezing point, high energy density, and essential additives. Its twin Pratt & Whitney F-119 turbofan engines demand precise, clean-burning fuel. Now contrast that with World War II. Fighters then ran on avgas 100-octane aviation gasoline designed for piston engines like the Rolls-Royce Merlin or the BMW 801. Avgas and jet fuel don't mix. And here's the problem: jet fuel simply didn't exist in mass production back in the 1940s. World War II airfields wouldn't stock it, refine it, or even know how to handle it. Without a complete logistical overhaul, the F-22 would be grounded from the moment it landed. Now let's dig into maintenance. World War II aircraft could be repaired with basic tools, mechanical skills, and pure intuition. Crews used wrenches, grit, and teamwork, often out in the mud. But the F-22? It's an entirely different beast. It needs a classified maintenance system that includes proprietary diagnostic software, specialized tools, stealth skin upkeep, and computerized logistics like Odin. Every hour of flight demands more than 30 hours of maintenance. It's dependent on computers, climate control, and highly trained technicians. Even the best World War II mechanics would be left scratching their heads. No manuals, no compatible tools, no way to understand fly-by-wire systems or radar-absorbing materials. Completely incompatible. What about airfields? World War II bases were built for propeller planes' short runways, often dirt or grass, and even concrete ones were modest. The F-22, however, requires long, reinforced runways and an ultra-clean environment. Even a small rock could destroy its engine. It also depends on modern comms, data links, and mobile JP-8 refueling trucks. Stealth preservation demands secure shelters and controlled climates. In 1940, these bases would fail every test. No clean surfaces, no sealed fuel systems, and no protective hangars. The jet wouldn't just struggle, it would decay. Now here's the kicker: the F-22 already has known issues today. It's prone to breakdowns, software faults, part shortages, and stealth coding damage. Place it in a World War II setting with no diagnostics, no titanium or composite spares, and no secure networks? It would be lucky to stay airborne for more than a few missions. You can't patch stealth skin with rivets and expect invisibility. It'd be grounded by wear and time, not enemy fire. And that brings us to the conclusion. The F-22 Raptor is a technological god in the sky, a masterpiece of modern warfare. But it relies on a fragile digital ecosystem. No JP-8 means no fuel. No computers, no maintenance. No parts, no repairs. And without logistics, no future. It might win a few spectacular battles, but it couldn't survive a war in the 1940s. So in the end, this performance logistics mismatch reveals something crucial. Even the most advanced weapons are powerless without support. Technology alone doesn't win wars, supply chains, fuel, and people do. The F-22 rules modern skies, but dropped into the past, it becomes a stranded alien, unmatched in the air, but utterly alone on the ground.